In this series, I'm going to be showing you how to groom your small dog at home. If you'd like to know more about brushing and how to brush your dog like a pro, then keep on watching. Hey everyone, it's Tara with Zen Dog, where I coach you on how to help your dog have stress-free grooming at home or the salon. I'm a certified dog groomer, a certified dog trainer, and a certified fear-free professional. On this channel, we're going to talk about dog grooming, dog training, and everything in between. Hi everybody, welcome to our brushing video. You're going to watch me brush out my dog Luna. We just got done with blow drying, and if you would like to know how to do a top knot like Luna's, that will be our next video. I went ahead and did that so that it was up and out of her face, but the next video will be covering face, feet, and Sani, and I'll also show you a video about the top knot because Luna gets a top knot so that she can see. I try and keep that as long as possible, and the Chinese cresteds get their face shaved. So you'll get to see all that in the next video, including nails, feet, paw pads. This is a line brushing technique. When I was blow drying Luna, I was able to see where the mats were still left. The blow dryer really got rid of most of them or made them a lot smaller. There's a few little snags on her chest from wearing a harness. As her hair gets longer, it does make her hair tangle a little more, especially if she's wearing her harness. So soon we need to decide if we want to cut her hair or just quit using the harness. The slicker brush is helping break that up, and I'm being very gentle. My free hand is spreading the hair apart. As you can see, I'm pushing the hair up out of the way, and I'm brushing it in small sections. Brushing it down so that I can see where it's finished, where it's been brushed out, and then dropping some hair to brush some more. The comb is used to check that area. If the comb gets stuck, I need to use the slicker brush a little bit more. I really want to just say that the comb is not going to remove any mats or tangles for you, and if you're trying to pull that out with the comb, it's going to be very painful. So just know that we as groomers, we don't pull hair out with the comb. It is a checker. It goes through the coat, and at any point if it gets stuck, we know that the slicker brush should be used just a little bit longer to break up the mat. However, it is all about the welfare of the dog. Is it going to be worth brushing out the pet at that time, or is it going to be better for everyone if they're just shaved? Which is why some dogs do get shaved, because brushes are painful, especially those slicker brushes. The pin brush, which I'm using in the video, is a lot less painful, and it's more of a maintenance brush. You just want to go through the coat with this maybe once a day, definitely every other day. If you have a small dog like this, once a day is best. So sit down in the evening and make sure you run a comb and a brush through your dog. If it gets stuck, try the slicker brush only in that area. So if you notice, Luna gets tangles in all of the hidden places. The belly, the chest, under the armpits, behind the back of the legs. That's where those tiny little mats really form, because Luna likes to rub herself on the furniture. Static electricity causes a lot of those. So those are the places you want to pay attention to. Most dogs really don't get matted on their back or their shoulders or their sides. It's often in these tuck-up areas hidden underneath the dog, behind the ears especially. So as you can see, Luna's a little uncomfortable with what's happening, and I completely understand why. The brush is in a very sensitive area, and she is being held in a way so that I can brush her out thoroughly and make sure that there's no tangles. It is definitely a fine balance. You want to make sure that your pet is getting taken care of and also having their needs met, and that's definitely different but kind of similar. My intention is to always do as much training as possible several times throughout the week, showing her the hairbrush and making sure that she is cooperating enthusiastically with that experience, being calm and relaxed but happy to see the brush and get a treat. That's our training practices. When she really needs brush, like today when she needs to be brushed out, it may not be as pleasant for her, but my intention is to spend as much time as I can doing fun practice sessions so that she loves it. The difference is when groomers or when pet parents don't understand that very well and they just think, I'm gonna get it done because obviously my pet can't have all these mats, it's not healthy, and I agree with that. But just working through that and pushing them past comfort and making this an unpleasant and an unnecessary unpleasant experience doesn't help anybody. So if you take anything away from this today, spend the time doing practice sessions. What I'm doing here with the tail is I'm brushing these mats. The tails are very prone to matting, so you want to make sure that you're brushing away from the tail. Hold that tail, the actual tail, hold that in your fingers and wrap it in your fingers to protect it. The brush should not hit the tail. Here I'm using the slicker brush for this mat behind Luna's ear. This mat is really gnarly. I actually felt bad about letting it get this bad. After this grooming session, I have been more diligent at sitting down in the evening and checking this area, and her mats have not been getting this bad. So it's good for you to see what can happen if you neglect to do evening brushes. So make sure that you use your fingers to protect the dog. As you can see, my free hand is behind the mat and my brush is brushing the hair against my own hand. I'm not brushing against her. I'm not brushing against her ear excessively. I'm not brushing against her neck excessively. I'm using my finger to protect her, and that's really important. So these slicker brushes are not meant to be dragged through the coat from, head to tail. You don't drag them through long strokes. They're meant to be kind of picked at. You pick at the area with it. And like I mentioned in our last video, you really don't want to brush out dirty hair. However, for the next week or two, you should still be brushing your dog after a bath. If you choose to bathe your dog weekly like I do, that's fine. Brush as often as you want. If you choose to bathe your dog once a month, you might find that they get more tangled, and you want to make sure that you don't brush it if they're dirty, which means just give them a bath. Use some conditioner, blow dry them really well, or take them to a groomer to have this done until you feel comfortable enough to do it yourself, but make sure you're doing some practice sessions so that you can help them enjoy it. So Luna's laying down and she's being very comfortable. She has her pillow. I have some treats close by. She gets some reinforcement for being in this place because I know it's not fun. But we do our best to make sure that it's as positive as possible while getting it done as quickly as possible. Because for a very small dog, it can be exhausting sitting and being groomed for a very long time. It already takes us about an hour and a half, possibly 2 hours, if I had a lot of extra stuff to do, like trimming or a haircut. But for today, we're just brushing her out. The fourth video in this series is going to cover final touches like face, feet, and Sani. If you'd like to know more about that, make sure to watch the next video in this series. Check the description box below for all the links to things that I used in this video, plus a free video guide for stress-free nail trims. Okay, I'll see you all in the next video.